Welcome to today's class. In our last class, we looked at installing themes and as well customizing these themes. So in today's class, we are going straight into plugins. Okay, we are going to learn how to install plugins. Okay, we're going to know what plugins are, how they work, and how to utilize the power of plugins to further extend the power of your website. Okay, so one of the things we are going to be looking at is we are going to learn how to install plugins for SEO, that is SEO plugins. We are going to be learning how to install plugins for website speed and optimization. We are going to learn how to install plugins for social sharing. Okay, then plugins for security. Then we are also going to learn how to install contact form plugins, and we'll also learn how to install plugins for page buildings, plugins that will help you build websites from the ground up with WordPress. Okay, so the first step to installing plugins is to, of course, go to your dashboard, which is also by, if you are here, you will hear already, but let me just go through that again. Localhost, I click that, localhost slash the name of your website, that is where you installed it on localhost, my first website slash wp admin. Okay, alright, so here is the dashboard. Now to install plugins, you need to come here, plugins. Okay, then here you see installed plugins. Okay, these are where the formerly installed plugins are. So you see, by default, WordPress comes with two plugins by default: this Askimet anti-spam and Hello Dolly. Okay, so those are just the two default plugins that comes with WordPress. They are really not much of a big deal and all of that. So to install plugins, you need to come to the top here, click on add new, or you can just come here and click on add new. Okay, so click on add new there to take you to the plugins directory. Please note that for you to get these things loaded, you need an internet connection at this stage. Okay, anything that requires you installing anything into your WordPress dashboard will require an internet connection. Please do not forget that. So if you do not have an internet connection, this page is going to give you errors. Okay, so now I want to install a plugin. Right now, we said we are going to, all these are plugins anyway. If you can see, this is WordPress directory, so you can see featured, popular, recommended. It's like a plugin store. Okay, and these plugins are free. There are also premium plugins, but there are also a lot of free plugins by WordPress. So you see all these plugins extend the power of WordPress. This is health check and troubleshooting, BodyPress for membership and community, Gutenberg is like an editor. Okay, Jetpack comes with many features, BBPress to create a forum, helps you create a forum website with WordPress, Classic Editor and also an editor, anti-spam, I think we saw that the other time. Okay, so there are so many, it's not just limited to this. If you come here, you're going to find more. You see, you can see as many more. Look at so many plugins. So okay, so let's go back. Okay, so we said we're going to install plugins, just some select plugins. Okay, just for you to know how plugins work. So we are just going to install some select plugins. So let's start with SEO plugin. Okay, if you remember, I said plugins extend the power of WordPress. Okay, so WordPress is like the foundation, then plugins are like the building blocks. Okay, they help you set up a website. You can set up a website with one plugin, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It depends on what your website, the functionality of the website is. Some websites use as much as 30 plugins. It can be that serious. A website can be using as much as 30 plugins to run. Okay, so let's start with the SEO plugin. Okay, so SEO, I think in one of the last classes we had, I think I must have mentioned it. It means search engine optimization. Okay, so this is what helps your website rank on Google. Okay, so let's say you are running a plumbing website, for example, that is website for a plumber, or as a plumber you are offering plumbing services. Okay, so when someone searches on Google for probably plumbers in Lagos, if you do your SEO well, that is your search engine optimization well, you'll be able to come up for results on plumbing. Okay, so that is what it means. All right, so if you go to Google, for example, and let me type in google.com, and I'm looking for websites on plumbing, for example. Let me see, plumbing, or let me just say plumbers in Lagos. Okay, so you will see when you scroll, let's see, look at all these are services that offer. So I think this is a website that is actually for plumbers. Okay, all these ones are just listing plumbing services. This is Gigi, we all know Gigi. Fine Life is a listing website, business list, so we can't use that to, you know. So this is a plumbing website, for example, this that actually shows up. So the reason why they are showing up here is because they did their SEO well. Okay, they were able to properly SEO their website, you know, optimize their website for search engines like Google, so they can appear here. Okay, so that means they did they added one or two techniques to their website to be able to make it rank up here. If you are building your website with ordinary code, it's going to take you a lot of work to actually put in your SEO, and you know, you need to have some coding knowledge, do one or two things here and there. But the good thing about WordPress is, with just a simple plugin, you can do this. All you just need to do is install the plugin and you're just good to go. It's as easy as that. So that is the first thing we'll be looking at here, installing SEO plugins. Okay, so now when you need a plugin on WordPress, all you just need to do is you come here, you search. Okay, so I need a plugin on SEO, right? So I just search for SEO and you will get results on the SEO plugins of WordPress. You see, so there is Yoast SEO, there is all-in-one SEO pack, there is WordPress SEO plugin, Rank Math SEO framework. There are so many, so many. Now, how do you know which one is the best one to choose? How do you know? In my opinion, the best WordPress SEO plugin, in my own opinion, is Yoast SEO, and it also comes up as number 1. So that's how you can know. Okay, when you want to install a plugin, you will definitely be getting as much as 1,000 results, 1,000 different plugins available for that particular function. So how you need to know which plugin will actually serve your need. So how do you know the best plugin? You look at the position on, you know, the appearance here. Yoast SEO is number 1. I think that qualifies it. Then number 2, you need to look at the rating. Okay, so you see that this Yoast has a 5-star rating, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see that it also has 27,000 plus reviews. So you see, and it also has 5+ million active installs. So you see that it's going a long way. If you compare it to this second one here, you will see that this one has 2 million active installs compared to 5 million. It has 492 reviews compared to 27,000 reviews, and it has about it has a star rating of about 4.5 compared to this one that's a full 5. Okay, another thing you should look at is how frequently do they update these plugins. Okay, so now you can see here, this guy was last updated 2 days ago. That means they update their plugin regularly. Okay, they offer support and fix bugs on their plugin regularly. But if you look here, you will see that this guy was last updated 4 weeks ago, so that means it's been a while. They actually pushed updates to their plugins. So depending on your choice, some people would prefer this for one reason or the other, while some other people will prefer this Yoast. We actually prefer Yoast. Okay, there's also Rank Math. There are so many, so I prefer Yoast for SEO, and that is just a simple way to determine how to choose a plugin, how to know which is the best. Okay, so let's just install Yoast SEO. So you click on install. It will install. Depending on your internet speed, it will take a while. Okay, installed. Then the next thing you need to do is to activate the plugin. Okay, just click on activate here. All right, so after the plugin is installed, you will see that it shows up here. Okay, so this is a plugin page, the plugin installed plugins page. So you see it, the number of plugins will be displayed here, 3 items. So you can see it, and you can see Yoast SEO here. Okay, so now what next? That's the question. What next? You've installed the plugin and the website is just there looking at us. Let me close this one. So does it actually change anything? Not really. Everything just looks bare. Okay, that's what you will notice. But you then ask yourself, what next? Okay, what next is to set up the plugin. Okay, when you install the plugin, definitely you want to do some touch here and there. You want to install settings and all of that. If you check here, you also see the plugin has appeared on the sidebar. So there are also other options here, but let me just start from here. So let me click on settings. Okay, so now when you install an SEO plugin like Yoast and most other plugins, they have a configuration wizard. Okay, it's more like installing a software. Okay, so now what you just need to do is, it's a first time SEO configuration. Get started quickly with Yoast SEO configuration. So just click here to configure a plugin to work once and for all. Okay, so now this is it. First thing, they said environment. So they said please specify if your site is under construction or already active. Okay, now if you remember, we are still on localhost. We have not moved this website to a live server yet, so we are still on a development server. Okay, when you move it to a live server with a real domain name like www.lagbaja.com or whatever, you will see you will need to now switch back to a production website for you to indicate that okay, you are using a production website. That means you are active. All right, so now they say environment. Please specify if your website is under construction or already active. Okay, for this stage, so just say option B, your site is still under construction. Okay, so next they say site type. Okay, so what is this site about? What is the type of website? So depending on what you are building, you can either choose to say it's a blog or an online shop, a news channel, a small offline business, corporation, portfolio, or something else. So let me just say it's a small offline business. Okay, I'm just going to choose that for now. Okay, so now they said organization or person. Does your site represent a person or an organization? Okay, so if you are building the website for an organization, you should just select an organization. If you are building the website for an individual, you should just select a person. Okay, so let me just leave it on organization first. Okay, I'll just call the name of the organization my first organization. Obviously everything is just for learning purpose. Okay, so now they say provide an image of the organization, that is the logo. So we can just skip that since we don't have a logo for that, but in a real life instance you should actually upload your logo here. All right, so here you put in your Facebook page URL, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, all those details that will actually help you to rank on Google. that is what this plugin is doing for you straight. So all you are just doing is filling boxes, and then you can just click next. Search engine visibility. Okay, so search engine show post in search results and all of that. Yes, of course, yes. So you can just set up all that for now. All this will matter when you are already on a live server. Okay, it's really simple to go through. Once you are on a live server, multiple authors. Are you the only one posting on this website, or do you have 2 or more people posting with you? If you are the only one posting on the website, you can just say no. If you have someone else that is also posting on that website, you can say yes. So for now, just say no, since I'm the only one posting. So next. So you see title settings, what the website will appear like on your search engine result. Okay, so this is what they mean. This, you can see this is what it will search like. So this is just an example what it will look like. You can see this one, list of plumbing companies in Nigeria, plumbers in Lagos and all of that. So what they are just trying to do is for you to specify how you want your website to look like when it shows up to people. Okay, so we can just do this one for now, call it my second website, and say welcome first, just for example. Then next. Okay, we are done actually, but they just want you to subscribe to their newsletter, so you can choose to subscribe or not. I've done this several times anyway, so I don't need to, so I should just go next here. Okay, so done. So that's just all for your SEO. Basically, you've already, so you see, used SEO will now take care of all the needed technical optimization of your site. So that's all, really, and nothing else more. So that's just that on SEO plugins. And with time on your own, you can actually sit down to learn more about the features and do more with it. And it's way more than this, and you can actually go beyond that, checking in all the settings. But that's just the basic installation overview for an SEO plugin. Okay, so next up on our list, plugins for website speed and optimization. Okay, this, I will have said, this doesn't matter because we are on a local server. It matters when you are actually on a live server. So let me just, we'll still go through it. So let's just go. So now I want to install a plugin to improve our website speed. Okay, because website speed is very important when building a website. If you build a website and the website is loading very slowly due to one factor or the other, or you are using a low quality web hosting, it's going to negatively impact that website, because people will want to visit and they will just leave because the website is not loading fast. So we want to install plugins that will actually help improve the website speed. Okay, so what we need to do now, come here, plugins, add new, click on that. Okay, so now when you need a plugin, all you just really need to do is just search for something related to what you want. Okay, you'll find almost anything. So let's search for website speed. Okay, so you're going to get a lot of plugins related to website speed. All right, so there's asset cleanup, auto optimize, Jetpack, Elementor, W3 total cache. There is one I'm looking for that is actually very good. Seems it's not showing here. Not this. This one just has 20 installs. It's not really reliable like that. Let me see. Okay, Lightspeed. Should be Lightspeed something cache. Yeah, this is it. This is the plugin I'm looking for, Lightspeed cache. Okay, cache. So this will help you speed up your websites. Okay, so it's just one plugin I like that actually helps speed up your websites. Okay, so you just install that, and after installing, all you just need to do is activate. Okay, so now that is activated, and if you're on a live server, you will actually see a difference in your website speed after using this plugin. So you just need to, on your own, just touch some settings here on the light speed. So you see there are so many settings here: general, enabled. All you just need to do is to enable this plugin. If you don't have an idea of how these guys work, you should just leave them the way they are. Okay, so that's just basically catchy, everything. The best options are already selected for you. So unless you want to tamper with something, you should really not touch anything here. Okay, but once you can also go through this and look at what you can change and exclude or do whatever, and when you are done, just click on save changes here. So that's just for website speed. Okay, you can see, if you notice, this website actually loaded faster. Look at, boom, like very fast, very fast. So it actually still influences it in some way. Very fast. Like, how many seconds is that? 1, 2. So in less than 2 seconds, about 1.4999 seconds, the website loaded. Okay, so that's just that on website speed. There are also other plugins on website speed, so it just takes you sitting on your own to look at all these plugins and then pick which one you actually feel you like, which one serves your purpose well. So that's just for that. Now we'll move on to installing plugins for social sharing. Okay, now social sharing on a website is, let's assume you have an article. Okay, you have an article on your website and you want people to be able to share it easily. That is what a social plugin or a social sharing plugin does. I think there should be one on my website. Okay, and there should be one on my website. If I look at one of my articles, that makes it easy for people to be able to share my articles. So this is my blog page, and if I scroll somewhere here, okay, now look at, this is my blog. Okay, now you can see this. Look at Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. So you can see these as sharing buttons. Okay, social sharing buttons. It makes it easy for me to share this article out to these social media platforms. Once I click Facebook, for example, it gives me a pop-up, so you can see people can easily share my content across Facebook. Okay, so that should load up into Facebook with a post box asking the user to share to Facebook. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So you see, this is the article here. It already picked it up from the website, so all I just need to do is type in something, and wow guys, I love this post, blah blah blah, please read it. And the person can post it on newsfeed or on a story and post to Facebook. Okay, so that's just the way social sharing works. Okay, so a plugin that can be used for social sharing. Let's go search. So just go to plugin, click on add new. Then let's search for social sharing. Okay, so now you can see so many social media share buttons and sharing icons. WordPress social sharing plugin, so many, so you won't even know which one to choose, but you can just pick the first one. Just to be safe, just pick the first one, since it has more installations and more reviews, and it was updated 3 weeks ago. This one was updated 2 months ago, so I think this is still looking good out of them all. So let's install this one. Okay, so it seems this one took us to another page. Some plugins may require a special way to download, especially if you are running on localhost. So this is happening probably because we are on localhost. So okay, but the plugin has installed now in a manual kind of way, so just activate. Okay, so this is just the interface of this plugin. So it's just going to ask you simple questions that you will just need to answer. Like the first question is asking us is what icons you want to show on your website. So let's just leave all these ones and let's leave it, let it use its default options. So what do you want the icons to do? Go to so place, go to so place. Let's just leave it just for an example. Where shall they be displayed? Okay, so let me just click this one, floating over your website. So I want it to float on my website. Let me say at the top left, I want this one. Let me scroll down. Man, these are so many options. I just want to set up something that will make it show, so you see how it works. Okay, all these ones are things you go sit with on your own and learn how to do. Okay, let me see. All these ones are not okay. Let me just save this one. So let's go back and let's see if it will apply. So you see, if you look here, you can see, look at, so those are the social icons we just configured. So I just wanted you to see how it works in a jiffy. So you see, that's the effect of one plugin. So this plugin has extended my website, and I can actually put some social icons somewhere on the website. So you see, even though it's not an ideal position, at least it's still showing. Okay, so that's for that on social icons. There are so many other social icon plugins that you can use. So let's move on to the next plugin. Installing plugins for security. Okay, so now your website needs to be secure. So there are some plugins that can actually help with that, to help secure your website from hackers. All right, so just same way, come to plugin, click on add new, then you can just search for security. Okay, dismiss by go. So you can just search for security. Let's see what we will have. Security. Okay, so now we have list of security plugins loaded here. So there are so many. If you look, you won't even know which one to install. But the one I use most frequently, WordFence. Okay, this is WordFence, 3 million active installs 3 weeks ago. So you just click on install, and once it's installed and you activate it, all you just need to do is basically just leave the plugin to work. It also has some settings. You can delve into the settings and configure one or two things you want it to do on your website and watch it in action. Okay, so let's activate that. So the plugin is installed. Okay, so it just wants, as usual, most of these plugins want you to drop your email address for them to send you notifications and all of that. So you can just skip that. Let's just say no and just cancel it here. Okay, so you see, it's a lot of data. Basically, once you install that plugin, the plugin gets to work immediately. to start securing your website. Okay, so that is just what and how these plugins work. You can configure more options for this plugin by coming to options. So you see there are dash firewall settings, scan tools, login security, so many options. So it's very interesting. You just have to sit down, look through them one after the other, look at what you like, look at what you don't need, and configure them. So that is just one plugin I use for security. Okay, now contact form plugins, number 5. Okay, so if you visit some websites, you will see that they have a contact form. Okay, which website can I use to illustrate that? Let's visit one of these websites. We should be able to find a contact form somewhere on this website. Okay, look at a contact form. This is a contact form there. This, you see, name, email, comments. Okay, so you want people to visit your website and be able to drop a message for you so you can reach out to them. So that is what this is all about. Okay, so creating a contact form with plugins. On a normal day, you want to do this, you can use code to do that, but a plugin will make it very fast for you to create a contact form. So contact form plugins, there are so many, but we're going to go to the plugin directory now, and you will be seeing so many. And okay, I will show you the one I use more frequently and the one that's very easy to use as well. Okay, so let's go to plugins and go to add new as usual. Then all you just need to do is search for contacts, or you can just say contact form. As well, you are going to see so many plugins on that can help you create a contact form. You will see so many. Okay, so there's contact form 7, there's contact form by WP Forms, Ninja Forms, Formidable, so many. You just won't even know where to start. Okay, let me give you one form I recommend for you. One form I will recommend for you is either contact form 7 or WP Forms, but personally I just like to use WP Forms. It's just easy to use. Contact form 7 is a bit complicated. It's something you can sit down with and learn, but it's a bit, for a beginner, it's going to be a little bit tasky for you. Like, you'll be wondering, what is this, what is that? So the WP Forms is cool. It's just the best option for you. So just click on install. Let's just click on install to see how it works. So now what we need to do is activate. So after activation, this is what you will see, and this is WP Form. This is the plugin interface. Okay, so there is even a tutorial from them on how to create your first form. Okay, and create your first form, read the field guide, and stories here and there. So I'm going to show you how you can create a form right now with WP Form, a contact form. Okay, so first thing you need to do, you will find that WP Form is already installed here. It's already, you can see it's all forms, add new, entry, settings, so many. No, so now first thing, if you come here, this is where all your forms will be. All forms created, they will be here in all forms. So let's click and see if we have any form. So there are no forms here currently. Okay, so what we need to do now is to create a new form. So we'll just click on add new. Okay, so now you can see here, let's give our form a name. Let's say my first form. Okay, now here we already have some templates for use. Blank template, simple contact form, newsletter sign up, suggestion form, just to be able to create a form on the go. Okay, so if you know what you are doing, you can just start with a blank form and start creating the fields one after the other, or you can just come here, create a simple contact form. Okay, so which I'll be using. So let's click on create a simple contact form. Okay, so here we are. We already have some. This is the form area. Okay, this is where you get to create forms. Okay, so now these are the form fields here. Okay, so you can see first email comment. So this is just a preview of what it will look like, although it's actually the live creation area. This is where we're actually creating it. This is where the magic happens. So you can do things like dragging this down. Let's say you want email to be at the top first and then name under, or you can drag this up. It all depends on how you want to arrange it, but the ideal way is for the name to be at the top, email in the middle, and comment or message under. Then you have the submit button. So that's already done for you. Now let's assume you want to add something else to this form. You just come here, add fields. Okay, then let's say you want to add a checkbox. No, let me not use a checkbox. Let's say you want to add a multiple. Is it multiple choice? No, let's use a drop down. Okay, you want to add a drop down of are you male or female? Okay, so you want the person to select if it's male or female. So you just take this and you drag. So I'm just going to drag that, and you drag it to where you want it to show. Okay, so you can see I'm just going to drag it under name here. So that's going to load. So now you can see. Now I can just click on it to edit it. So I want to change this and change this. Okay, so I'll just click on that. Then I'll say drop down, are you male or female? Okay, so these are the options here, what the person will select. I'll just click this one, select, then here male, then here female. Okay, so it's just like that. So when you click on this, it should drop down with the male or female option. You're going to see it work live when it's on the website. Okay, so now let's save that. So now how do we see our form in action? Where are we going to see the form? On this website, even though it's on the local host. So you just come here, click on embed. So now they have generated a code for us to embed this form. Okay, so now how do we get this code to show? This is the code for the form. How do we get it to show? Just copy this. Okay, so if you have copied that, let's go back to the dashboard. That is our main WordPress dashboard. Okay, so just go back to the dashboard here. All right, now we want this form to show up on a page. Okay, we know we've not even started creating pages yet, but I think we have one page here called sample page. Okay, so that's just the default page that comes installed with WordPress, so we can use this page for now. So sample page, and it has some random information on it. So now we want this form to show up on this sample page. How do we do that? You come to the dashboard, go to pages, click on all pages here. Now these are all the pages you have on this website: privacy policy and the sample page. Look at it here. So you just click on edit. So now this is the page edit area. So you can see this is where we get to edit the page. If you come here, you look at this. This is the main website. Okay, this is the front. This is what it looks like, and this is what the edit looks like. So you see it's a bit identical. So you see the only difference between these two is you cannot edit this, but from here you can edit this. So you see it. So now I just want to remove all of this. I don't need all this, so I'm just going to highlight all of this and click on backspace. Just remove all of this, remove everything here, or use the Control A and remove all of that. So I'm just going to remove everything there. Now remember, we copied the code. Now just paste the code here. Use right click and then click on paste, or use Control V. Okay, so once you paste that code here, just come here, click on update. Okay, so we just want to see how the form looks like for beginners, and how easy it is to create a form on website or on WordPress. Okay, so just come. Now we've done that, right? So now refresh. You can click this or F5 refresh, and you will have a form here if all goes well. So look at the form we just created. Name, last name, you female or male, you got it here. Email, comment, and submit. So you can see. So if I fill this thing and I say Ayomide, and I say Ayomide, am I male or female? I say male. What's my email? My email at gmail.com. And what's my comments? Thank you for this form. So let's just say I'm a user on this website now. I'm going to fill this form, and I click on submit. It should work perfectly fine without issues. So you see, thank you for contacting us. We'll be in touch with you shortly. So you see, that's how easy it is to set up a contact form on your website. Just very easy. No need to code anything. So you can see. So that is for that. Next up, let's move. We want to install plugins for page building. Okay, now plugins for page building is, let me say, it's more of what you are going to be working with when you are using WordPress, because you are going to be designing websites, you are going to be designing layouts. We've not even gotten to the design aspect yet. We are going to be designing layouts, and there are so many tools you can use. Then it now depends on what tool do you now want to choose as your own preferred tool, to build on WordPress. Okay, so now I want to choose plugins for page building. Okay, so let me just go back to the plugin area, click on add new, then let's just search for page builder. Okay, now you're going to get so many options. There's Elementor, there's page builder by site origin, there's WordPress page builder, Beaver builder, page build, so many, stackable, cadence, and so many. I like this. I've not seen this before. Okay, so now the number one page builder I use, and I will also recommend for you, is Elementor page builder. Okay, Elementor helps you create websites very easily from the ground up, very easily. Okay, so that is just what a page builder does, and I'm going to show you quickly how a page builder plugin works using Elementor. Okay, so what you just need to do now, let's install Elementor. Okay, so it's telling me update field, so I think this is because I'm using localhost. Okay, Elementor sometimes may have issues with localhost like this. So let me just click on this again. It should take us to another page to install the plugin directly. So let's see what this will do. Okay, it's still giving us this critical error message. I don't know what's going on, but let's try this again. If it doesn't work, we are going to use an alternative way, okay, which I'll show you. So let's go back to add new. Then let's search for that Elementor, or let's just search for page builder again. Let's just do it from this beginning. Then install. Okay, so it just worked again. So there was probably an error the last time. So now all you just need to do is activate. Okay, so this is the welcome page for Elementor, telling you welcome to Elementor. Okay, so they also have a YouTube video for you to get started, and just same kind of process. So now, how does a page builder work? I'm going to show you in a jiffy. Okay, so now this is our website. This is the front. This is the sample page actually. So if you notice, we clicked on sample page to get here, which is now it's going to be localhost / my first website / sample page. So that is the way that just works. And okay, so now I want to show you how this page builder works. Okay, so we are going to be using this same sample page, so that means I might need to take off this form code away from here. All right, so now let me go to pages, all pages, then sample page, edit. Okay, now if you remember, we added a form code for the contact form here, so we are just going to take that out like that. All right, and then let's update that. Okay, so that's been updated. Now come here, let me just show you something down here. If you remember, the first plugin we installed was SEO plugin. Let me show you this. Look at SEO, this. So if you come here, you're going to see that there is something here, used SEO, and it has some options: focus, key phrase, Google preview. So one thing about used SEO is it allows you to set SEO options for each page on your website. So now for this sample page, you can configure the SEO on your own. So now you can add the key word to every page. So you can see, look at this page, for example, sample page. I can say, wow, the keyword for this page, when somebody is searching for a page like that, should be sample page. So that's just the way it works. Then you can see mobile result, desktop results. Look at it. So the preview is here. You see what it looks like, and you can also add related key phrase, but they want you to upgrade to Pro for you to do that. So you see, they are just, that's just for used. You can have a preview of what it looks like on social media, add Facebook title, Facebook description. So all this is, you can actually sit on your own to look at them, but I just saw them now and I said, okay, let me show you that. So you can set your SEO for every page. You can add a keyword to every page using this interface. When you just scroll down on this page, and you see all the options there. So let me update that now. Now back to where we are. I wanted to show you how the page builder works. So now we are going to be working with Elementor. Elementor is a page builder. Okay, it helps you build websites very easily. That's just how I can explain it. It helps you build websites very easily without writing code. Okay, so all you just need to do is come here, at the top here, you're going to see edit with Elementor. Okay, so just click on that. So it's going to take a while to load because it's taking you to a whole new interface entirely. In this interface, we are just going to be building a website from the ground up. So you can see this is another interface entirely. Look at. So now I would have showed you what all these guys do, but I can't right now because it's just a quick overview in this class. So this is something we are going to be getting into in our next set of classes. So all these guys are called widgets. Okay, they are called widgets. So what they do, they are just building blocks for your website. Every website has a component, menu, sidebar, a button, so on and so forth. So these are the things: widget, section, image, video, the things that actually make up your website. So they just put some of them on this sidebar here. So let me just show you a quick way of how this page builder works and how you can use it to build a website. Okay, so now I can just visualize a website here. Let me just see if I can do something like this, or maybe we should just use mine. Okay, let me just do something from my head. Okay, here I'm going to create a new section. Basically, Elementor works with section by section. So I'm just going to create a new section, give it one row like that. Okay, so now from there I'm going to add text to this section. So I don't know what you're looking at, but I'm basically building a website already with this page builder. So this is just a live preview of what this page is going to look like. Okay, but I'm actually editing it from that same preview. So I'm just going to say welcome to my first website. Okay, so now Elementor gives me various options I can do about anything with this page builder. So let me centralize this text. So it's going to be in the middle, so you can see that. Let me make this more stretched, and I'm going to make this more dark. Let me just maybe give it a dark background, something cool. So I'll come to style here, let me click on black background, then here I'm going to click on make the text white. So I just want to make this text white, so I'm selecting that text and I'm making it white like that. So if I click on this to expand the website and hide this, you can see something. I've already started building from somewhere. So that's just it. That's the way a page builder works. I've already started building from somewhere. So let me make this look more presentable. So let me come here, choose height, let's say fits to screen. No, let me say minimum height, and is okay. Then make it like 350. And let me increase this one and make it 50. Then update here. Then I'm going back like this. So can you see that? I just built a very simple website with this page builder. So that is just how it works. So you can see I can also look at the mobile version of this website here, tablets and mobile. This is what it looks like on a mobile phone. So this is what I use to work majorly on WordPress, and it's something you might need to also get used to, which I will also show you in this training. So desktop, you can see. So let me look at the live version of this website here. So this is the website, right? So let me just refresh. if you notice, this is what it looked like before. So you see, this is what it looks like now. So just with the click of a few buttons, I've been able to set up a website, or not really a website, but a section of a website. But that shows you how a page builder works and what you can actually achieve with a page builder. I can add an image to this. Let me just add an image and say, okay, my first website, are there any images here? Let me just add this. Then I can reduce that, make this 70, and also make this 70, then updates. Okay, let me refresh that. So you see, this is something like a website. So you can see what I just achieved with a page builder. So if you're actually really fast, if you're following me, although I'm not asking you to be able to do this right now, because of course you just got introduced to it, so I'm just showing you how it works and what you can actually achieve with it. But if you're actually smart enough and fast enough to follow me and follow what what I did, you should even be able to come up with this very quickly. So this is just what a page builder can achieve for you. This is just it in its simplest form. So you can see I just set up a website with this page builder, some couple of plugins, created a contact form, added social media icons. So little by little, that is just how a website comes to shape. So far we've been able to install an SEO plugin. We installed a plugin for speed. We installed plugin for social sharing. We installed a plugin for security. We installed a plugin for to create a contact form, and then we installed a page builder, Elementor. Okay, so that is just the way. After installing 6 plugins, I'm very sure by now you should be able to install a plugin on your own. So I made it 6 options with 6 of the basic plugins we usually need on the go. Like when you are setting up a website, there are some few plugins you just quickly need to put up to actually put that website in shape, and these are just some of the 6 basic plugins. So this should give you an idea of what plugins are and how plugins work, and how they also work alongside your WordPress theme. This theme can also be changed, and that is that's on understanding and installing plugins. Okay, I hope I made this class as extensive and as simple as it can be. Okay, so from now I'll meet you in the next class. Thank you for being in this class.